This recording is to document my internship experience for the 2016 to 2017 school year. My name is Katie Sims. I am a second grade teacher at Carter Springs Elementary School in Montgomery County, Maryland. I have been a teacher in Montgomery County, Maryland for 6 years. I am currently a Loyola University of Maryland graduate student pursuing my master's in educational technology. I have spent the past school year assisting my staff at my school with implementing technology tools, and I have had the privilege of working with Amy Mattis, who is also enrolled in this program during my experience. This recording will walk you through the overview of my internship, reflections that I have documented throughout my internship experience, the different key concepts that I have met, the artifacts that support those concepts, as well as the next steps that I plan to take to continue to be supportive to my staff at my school. When you access my internship portfolio, you will also see at the top there's a section that says About Katie, and it gives you information about myself that you're looking at now. Next, you'll see a pre-internship portfolio that highlights the 18 key concepts that I have met throughout my experience as being a tech leader at Carter. You will also see the artifacts that I have attached to show that I have met these concepts. Next, you'll see a tab for my internship portfolio, which I will go into more depth soon. And then lastly, an area to click for you to contact me with any questions or comments. When you go to my internship portfolio, you will see that there's a section for internship overview and reflection. Here, I have documented an overview of my internship and the reflections that I kept throughout the process. I completed my internship with Amy Mattis, who, like I said before, is also enrolled in this program. Throughout the year, our internship consisted of instructing a variety of professional development sessions for teachers. These sessions took place during school faculty meetings 1 or 2 times a month. Amy and I focused on a variety of technology tools that we knew our staff was not familiar with. We also focused on tools that could be used on Chromebooks, since 4 out of the 6 grades at our school had class sets of Chromebooks. However, we also made sure to be mindful of the remaining 2 grades because they had access to desktops, laptops, and iPads. We wanted to make sure the resources that we were introducing could also be used on those devices. Outside of staff meetings, we made ourselves available through email, impromptu discussions in the hallways as we were passing teachers, and also by setting up meetings outside of instructional time to meet with staff members that had questions about some of the technology tools that we had been introducing in our staff meetings. Overall, our internship was a huge success in the way that it brought new, innovative, and engaging resources to our colleagues that our students could then benefit from. Below, you will see that I have a picture of the Google Classroom that we created for our staff. You can click on this picture to access our Google Classroom. In this Google Classroom, we made sure to invite all of the staff members at our school. When you click on students, you can see how many were a part of this classroom. We made sure to include classroom teachers, specialists, as well as our reading initiative teacher, our special ed resource teachers, our staff development teachers as well. If you look at our stream, you'll see that we used Google Classroom as a medium for posting any tech tools and presentations that we represented in our staff meetings. You can also click on them to see them once you're here. Next, you will find our internship journal reflections. Amy and I created a Google Doc at the very beginning of our internship on August 22nd. We use this document to keep track of our ideas throughout the internship. We also reflected on how well our presentations went and what our next steps should be after we introduced a new tech resource. The main objective for our internship was to expose teachers to free technology resources and tools that are available online and that would be useful for them and their students in their classroom to make their lessons more engaging and more interactive. I wanted to encourage teachers to become more confident as well as excited to use their devices effectively and more frequently. We introduced a new technology tool or resource at every available staff meeting. Additionally, we made sure that we were available to meet with staff outside of the meetings on an as-needed basis, which you will see we documented in this journal. In the beginning, we met with our principal, Jay, and we also made sure that after we had an idea of what he envisioned our internship to be, that we came up with an internship proposal and submitted it to Dr. Keene. After getting approval from our principal as well as Dr. Keene, we created a survey that we had all of our staff complete to get a better idea of what technology needs they felt that they needed. You can access our survey by clicking on this link. This is what our survey looked like. We asked for the content or grade level that the teacher taught, what their preferred method for receiving training was. We asked them to rate their use of instructional technology. We asked what they mostly use technology for. We asked the following instructional technologies that they consistently use in their classroom to enhance learning. And then we also asked what they would like to learn how to do more. If they were not sure of what technology they would like to explore, we asked them to describe what they would like to do with instructional technology that they did have. After viewing this survey, it was very helpful because we realized that a lot of teachers were familiar with Google applications and somewhat with GAFE, but they really didn't know how to use Google Classroom effectively, how to add their students, and how often to use it. So we created a Google slide to make a tutorial that we wanted to address at our next staff meeting. As you see, going forward, we have the staff meeting time that took place and what our topic was. If you scroll down, you'll eventually see that we were able to go through 8 staff meetings as well as helping different staff members in between the time of the staff meetings. Amy and I also made sure that we met to prep for our staff meetings and to kind of foresee what the needs our teachers were going to have, questions they might have, and then steps moving forward. You may continue to slide through this journal reflection to see the rest of our ideas. The next thing that I want to highlight in my internship portfolio is the key concepts that I have met. In this section, you will see 5 key concepts and the artifacts that go along with the key concepts to show that I have met them. The first key concept that I want to highlight is key concept 5, assessment with technology. Candidates will be able to apply technology to facilitate a variety of effective assessment and evaluation strategies. So Amy and I found that one common complaint that teachers had was that they were tired of all of the paperwork that they had and keeping up with their grading. So we wanted to find a fun and interactive way for teachers to assess their students and have frequent check-ins to see how well they're understanding the content that they're teaching. So, as a way to facilitate a variety of effective assessment and evaluation strategies, Amy and I decided to introduce Plickers at one of our staff meetings. You can click on this link to learn more about Plickers. In general, Plickers are a great interactive way to collect assessment data on our students. Plickers are a free tool that allow you to poll your audience without the need for student devices. Each student receives a card with a unique design on it. The card can be turned to show 4 different answer options. The teacher asks a question and then has the student turn the card to show their answers. Their answers can be connected to the letter A, B, C, or D. The teacher then uses their iPhone to scan the cards to see the children's answer. This is a great way for teachers to conduct instant check-ins, exit tickets, and polls. All this information is also kept in the application that you download, so it's instant grading for teachers. Our staff like this assessment tool the most because of all the data is automatically saved for each individual student. Teachers gave us feedback saying that it saved them a lot of time. They didn't have to worry about grading and taking paperwork home and having a while before they gave feedback to their students. They also felt that while they were taking this assessment, the students were more engaged and excited. They felt more confident with their answers, and they weren't as anxious as they were when they had the paper and pencil type of assessments. And they also felt that it was a great equitable way to receive data on how the students were understanding a certain concept that they were teaching. You can click on this image below to access our full Plicker presentation. The next key concept that I'd like to highlight is key concept 8, models and theories of change. Candidates will be able to plan for the future of technology in a school using models of change. This key concept also kind of highlights, similar to our action plan, our internship proposal that we created at the beginning of the 2016-2017 school year in the summer before that school year started. Through surveys, conversations, and observations of other teachers, Amy and I took into account the areas of greatest technology needs that our school had to create this internship proposal to give to Dr. Keene and our principal, Jay Lee. Through these discussions with our teachers and administration, we discovered that the teachers in our building were pretty familiar with some of the Google applications and using their Promethean boards that are in all classrooms, but they didn't know how to maximize the use of Chromebooks and other technology devices with their students. We also found that they were not familiar with GAFE but wanted to start using it with their students. Therefore, we made the main objective of our internship to be exposing teachers to the benefits of Google Classroom, as well as a variety of free technology resources and tools that are available online and that would be useful to them and their students to make classroom activities more engaging and interacting. Additionally, the second grade teachers received their own classroom set of Chromebooks during this school year, and it was for the first time that they were going to have access to these Chromebooks, both the teachers and the students, because the first grade teachers used laptops, so Chromebooks were brand new to these students. Most of all, we wanted to encourage teachers to become more confident as well as excited to use their devices effectively and more frequently with their students. The next key concept that I would like to highlight is key concept 10, leadership skills. Candidates will be able to create a technology vision for a school. After getting our internship proposal approved, Amy and I came up with an action plan for our school year. We planned out our letter of intent for our principal and started brainstorming topics for our staff meetings. We decided that we would introduce one new free resource at each staff meeting. We also decided that we would create surveys to gather input from staff administration on where their technology needs were met. Lastly, we made sure that we were available outside of the meetings to assist staff meetings. You can scroll below to see our action plan. As you see, in some areas, our action plan is very broad. we gave some specific examples, like staff will receive information on Chromebooks and Google Classroom. But then as you go forward, we just saved room for teachers to experiment with one new task, for teachers to report about that new task. And then we also said that we would introduce a task, but we never gave specific technology resources or tasks that we had, because we first wanted to make sure that we had the survey to see the needs of the teachers felt they had with technology. And then we also wanted to make sure that we were surveying them throughout our internship to make sure that we were keeping up with their needs and then implementing new ideas and making adjustments as necessary. However, this did give us a good time frame and plan to keep up with and organize throughout our internship. The next key concept that I would like to introduce is key concept 13, professional collaboration and growth. Candidates will be able to actively engage in professional learning networks to collaborate and share ideas and resources with colleagues. For one of our staff meetings, Amy and I created a Google slide presentation to introduce tips, tricks, and changes to GAFE. By now, our teachers were becoming more familiar with GAFE, but we realized that they did not know of some changes that had been made during this time period. These changes were brought to our attention through an email from our technology coordinator in our county. So we told our administration and staff development that we would take the lead in presenting these changes to our staff. Amy and I took the initiative to highlight the important changes through a Google slide, and then we presented it to our staff at one of our staff meetings. If you click here on the yellow image, you can access our full presentation. The last key concept that I want to introduce you to is key concept 18, educational technology resources. Candidates will be able to locate a variety of technology resources, evaluate them for classroom use, and assist colleagues with this process. Throughout my internship, I introduced a variety of technology resources and tools with Amy to our staff. We realized that this was a lot of information throughout the school year, and we wanted to make sure that the teachers did not forget about all of these resources that we introduced. Therefore, we created a Google slide to review the resources with our staff at one of our last staff meetings. We also shared this slide with our colleagues in our Google Classroom so they always had it to refer back to. At the end of the presentation, we embedded a survey for the teachers to complete. This gave us feedback on whether or not the professional development sessions were beneficial. This also helped us gain insight to what our next step should be as we move forward from our internship. You may click on this image below to access our full presentation, as well as a survey that we gave on the last slide of the presentation. The next thing that I would like to show you is how to access this presentation, which will be embedded at internship presentation of the tab above. Lastly, are the next steps that I plan to take. After completing my internship as a technology leader for the 2016 to 2017 school year, I have really reflected on where I want to move forward from here. So I've created a list of steps that I plan to take for the upcoming 2017 to 2018 school year. First, I hope to continue to assist administration as well as our media specialists with introducing technology tools to the staff. I also want to continue to make myself available to meet with colleagues outside of these meetings to help them with setting up, implementing, and feeling more comfortable with using these technology tools in their classroom. One thing that I realized that would have been helpful to the staff last year is if I allowed them to come observe myself in the classroom as I was using specific technology tools that they were interested in learning more about. I realized a lot of staff were very visual people and wanted to see the tool in action. So I plan for next year welcoming the staff when they have the available time to come to my classroom and see some of these tools in action. I also think it would be nice if I could find the time to go to their classroom and work with teachers as they are implementing these new technology tools to help assist them with their students as they are using these tools for the first time. Next, one thing that I think would be great is as I keep learning about new technology tools, I'd like them to bring them to my team leader meetings, introduce the tools to the team leaders, and ask them for feedback and ideas to think if they might be beneficial for their teams. Lastly, I hope to get these new ideas by participating in professional development technology courses throughout the school year, through searching for professional development opportunities through the county, as well as other education programs outside of the county. I hope to keep broadening my technology repertoire. Thank you very much.